War. A single word, soaked in blood, echoing across centuries. It builds empires and buries millions. But what is war? Is it a failure of diplomacy? Or the final truth of power? Is it human madness? Or human nature? In every age, war returns, not as an accident, but as a mirror. A mirror to what we truly are beneath the layers of peace. From the moment civilizations began, war walked beside it. The Sumerians carved weapons before they carved poetry. The Egyptians painted war victories in tombs meant for gods. The Aryans, the Greeks, the Romans, all rose and fell by the sword. War was not just strategy, it was sacred. It was theater, it was destiny. Kings were not rulers if they had not bled kingdoms dry. Even in the Rig Veda, war chants exist, sung not with hatred but with honor. Because ancient man did not see war as evil, he saw it as inevitable. As centuries rolled on, kings learned one truth. Power respects only one language: force. Ashoka waged the brutal Kalinga War and then turned to peace. Alexander crossed continents just to write his name in history. Chandragupta, Caesar, Genghis Khan, Shivaji, each battled not just for land, but for legacy. Kingdoms fought for rivers, for borders, for minerals, but mostly for ego. Because behind every royal army, there was a single thought: I must not be less than him. Time passed, kings faded, but nations were born with the same hunger in new clothes. Today, the crown is replaced by flags, but the fight is the same: control, domination, fear. World wars erupted not just from events, but from ambition. The Cold War taught us that war does not always need fire, it just needs silence and strategy. Even now, nations draw red lines on maps, building missiles, drones, submarines, all to say the same ancient thing: do not step here, this is mine. Borders became sacred, but humans were not. Then came the most dangerous weapon: faith. Men began to kill not for gold, but for God. Crusades, jihads, temple destructions, holy wars, all justified in the name of salvation. Religions that once spoke of love and compassion became flags for division. But does God want blood? Does truth need violence to prove itself? No divine being ever asked for a war. It is the interpreters of divinity who did. When belief becomes identity and identity becomes armor, religion becomes war. Who wins in war? The rulers, the dealers, the power brokers, those who never see the battlefield but profit from its flames. Arms dealers thrive, politicians gain power, histories are rewritten. And who loses? The farmer whose son never returns, the child who grows up with sirens, not lullabies, the mother whose womb becomes a grave. Who is the most affected in war? Always the innocent. The common man fights a war he never started. The soldier dies for a land he never owns. The poor lose home built with generations of hope. War does not knock before entering. It burns schools, temples, homes, dreams, and when the smoke clears, only silence remains. But now, let us ask the difficult question: is war always wrong? What if peace is broken beyond repair? What if silence becomes submission? What if injustice becomes unbearable? Then war is not desire, it becomes duty. As the Gita tells us, Hato va prapyasi swargam, jitva va bhokshase mahim, tasmat uttishta kaunteya, yuddhaya krutanishchayaha. If you are slain, you will attain heaven. If you triumph, you will enjoy the earth. Therefore, O Arjuna, arise and fight with determination. The Mahabharata was not a war of kingdoms, it was a war of conscience. Krishna did not preach violence, he preached clarity. Sometimes not fighting is a crime, sometimes peace must be defended with steel. But even in victory, the Pandavas did not smile, because war, even when just, brings sorrow. The battle of Kurukshetra is not just a place, it is within us. Every time we must choose between peace and principle, we are standing there again. So, what do we conclude? War is brutal, it is cruel, but sometimes it is the only language left. Should we glorify war? No. But should we deny its role in shaping the world? Also no. War must be the last step, never the first. But when everything else collapses, when dialogue fails, when tyranny rises, when injustice spreads its wings, then war is not evil, it is courage. Let us not desire for war. Let us not run from it either. Because in the world of men, where power dances and ideals fade, war is not just history, it is destiny.